are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
The mainstream media was completely blindsided on election night, and I cannot wait to get into the results. But before we do, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can get that unfiltered, uncensored, raw truth of what's going on in the news. Because here at RTM News, we like to give you that fire content. So make sure you're subscribing. My name's Titus. Let's get into this video.
Underperforming the president in places. So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
Literally nothing? Not one county? Is she doing better than Biden? What's going on than Trump? Yeah, no one liked her. I don't know why. It's funny because they propagate all this nonsense and I feel like they actually end up believing it. Because, I mean, the momentum for the red wave was so strong. I feel like you could taste it. I can't believe. Everyone felt so censored. Everyone felt so misrepresented or not represented at all by the media, by their politicians. And the only person who said, hey, I want to do something for you is Donald Trump. And he's shocked that Kamala Harris is not getting support. And if you think this was an entertaining clip, just wait till we keep going because it only gets better. And by better, terrible for them, great for us. So let's get into this next video.
When then, Karen, if that
has
doesn't
nothing
exist,
to do with whether or not we won. The point,
so
my point
the
is,
economy
we
was so
can't.
great.
You're going to get in a
Why
time
didn't-
machine and go back 4
Why didn't
years.
the vice president win if the economy was so great?
That's not the point I'm making.
So
The point. Don't look at me like that.
What's the point?
The point that I'm trying to make is that where we were in 2017 and 2018, we can't just get in a time machine and go back.
My point is your message didn't resonate.
I
That's
said
the
that.
point. And I think to try to pretend and paint a picture, and Bakari, I get your points in terms of the charts. I get it. I'm a numbers guy. But most people are saying, I get the numbers. I don't have a 401k. I'm not invested in the stock market.
I was just saying.
Yeah, you didn't resonate with the people. Liberal media thought they had such a hold on the American people because, I mean, to be honest, like that's what they've gone to for so many years. For years upon years, it was CBS, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, all these, ABC, NBC, all of them. You know, they were putting out the news because we didn't have this alternative media. We didn't have social media like we do now, where there's so many alternative publications out there that it's just like, if you're lying, you will be called out, and you lie all the time. And so you get called out and people don't trust you anymore. And even if some of this alternative media isn't being honest, you still trust them more because you know you've been lied to so much by the mainstream media. And so it's just, and this alternative media comes in all ways. There's alternative Democrat or liberal media, there's alternative conservative media. And it's so much information being thrown at you all the time that, and most of it is always aligned in the fact that the mainstream does not give you. That's literally why they say, what's your source? Oh, it's CNN. Well, I don't really trust that, you know? So it's a beautiful sight to see that like their messaging did not resonate with the American people, because in 2016, Donald Trump had the entire mainstream media against him. In 2020, again, they didn't even cover him very much until the 2020 election. And then they, we all know what happened there. And so this time around, mainstream media wants to sit there and they're showing them, but they have to show them because you want to know why? Theo Vaughn, Aiden Ross, Patrick Bet-David, Joe Rogan, they're all giving him a voice. Millions of people. Bryce Hall endorses him. All these people with millions upon millions of followers. Jake Paul endorses him. It's like these people that have huge influence, more reach than CNN, than the mainstream media publications, have now come out in favor of him. And so they couldn't keep people from being able to access Donald Trump like they had in the past. And so it's great. And they don't resonate with the American people. Donald Trump did. But if you think we're done with some ridiculous commentary from CNN, you have not been watching this channel, because there's definitely more.
Most important to remember is the people who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats. They were Republicans. People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats. They were Republicans who worked for him. And so it's not just these elite Democrats over here, poisoning the well. You had a pretty broad consensus from Chomsky to the Cheneys from
Yeah.
that was very, very concerned and remains concerned. And so I think it's not just on us to stop calling names. I think it's up to him to, as Allison said, with deeds show that he's not going to be those things.
Well, that is such baloney. You know that's not true. And you know why? Because the people used for representatives, for the Republican people that called him Hitler and saying all the things, are literally people that start wars and war profiteering. The Cheneys. They're notoriously known for being hated by the Republican Party. People do not like them. They know that they try and get start wars, get involved in wars, and get that bag. That's literally what the Cheneys are known for. And people don't like them. So using them as an example for someone who calls Trump Hitler, really, that's your best shot. That's what you got. And completely disingenuous. And then like completely. Let's talk about how RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Zachary Levi, Vivek Ramaswamy, all these people that were more or not. Vivek Ramaswamy was full on believing everything that was going on back in 2020, and now he's completely flipped after being having come to realization of the truth. To use Dick Cheney as an example for someone who called Trump is absolutely insane when he's literally out here reaching out to the other side, like RFK and Tulsi, and having them be a part of his administration. Cheneys are the ones that want to be involved in war, and they endorsed a Democrat. They endorsed Kamala. So disingenuous talking points from CNN as usual, and it's just disheartening because he knows he's full of crap. The crybaby Van Jones was whining in 2016 when I wish I could go back to that clip. A glorious day. So is this election day. It was a glorious day, and we were so grateful that Donald Trump is in office. In other news, there's one actual positive thing on CNN from this election night, other than Donald Trump being called the victor. We have a man, and I don't recall his name, I've seen him many times, who's always actually being reasonable and actually bringing points together that actually make sense and resonate with the American people and our understanding of the American people's thoughts and feelings and what they're going through. Something that mainstream media doesn't ever want to do, but this guy did it. He encapsulated the reason for why Trump won and the impact that he had and what he should do in a very, very good way. So let's check this out.
The mandate has won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans, fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American.
It sure is. It's a revenge. Literally everyone came out and said, so you're going to completely ignore all the things that we said we want to be changed in America, what we want done, what we're going through? You're going to ignore that? Bet. Donald Trump, signed, sealed, delivered.
Who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. Mm-hmm. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. Mm-hmm. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
And that we do. It's so true. You completely disregarded half of the country. And the last 3 election cycles for president have been a split country. And you only pandered to one side and vilified the other. So guess what? When the side that you were pandering to is actually realizing that the things that they were promoting and voting for are actually beneficial to them and as a whole, then guess what? They join the other side, and then there's an overwhelming support for the other guy that you guys kept crapping on the entire time and his supporters. And when that happens, you lose all ground that you stand on. And you have. People were fed up. They didn't like the fact that they couldn't afford anything. That's a thing that sucks. It's hard. It's hard to live day by day, not knowing if you're going to be able to make ends meet. And Donald Trump ensured them that, hey, one, you could do it when I was president the first time around, and I'm going to make it better the second time around. Trust me, believe me, I will fix it. Trump will fix it. That's what he said. I genuinely believe that's what he's going to do. So comment down your thoughts below if you actually agree, if you believe that Trump is the right choice, if you are so happy Kamala Harris did not become president, like this guy right here. So yeah, just comment, share, like, engage, make sure to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.